Hey everybody, just another quick rundown. So watch a couple of movies today because I had kind of a messed up day with going back and forth with some doctor's appointments and everything. Everything's good, but in between the time of waiting and just wasting some time, I watched a couple good movies. But the one movie we'll talk about is Braveheart. You guys remember this? Everybody remembers this movie, Braveheart, with my boy Mel Gibson. And I'll tell you one thing. I mean, this guy, this Mel Gibson guy, say what you want about him, say all the bad things you want, call him all the names you want, but this guy is a legend in my heart forever, forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say about him. He is the man. I mean, even all the other movies I've watched with Mel Gibson, I love as well. But I want to talk about Braveheart specifically because as I was watching Braveheart today, I was tearing up as I was watching it. And the last scene, we all remember the last scene where they're torturing him. Just beg the mercy of the king. That's all you need to do. And the whole crowd, at first the crowd when they were rolling Mel Gibson in, after they caught him, they caught William Wallace. The crowd is, they're throwing the lettuce and the tomatoes. Oh, they hate the barbarians. They hate the Scots. Oh, they love the king. The sheep in the mass, and they're torturing him. They're stretching his body out. Then eventually they get down to cutting his nuts off. Literally cutting his nuts off. Right, and they want him to say mercy, mercy, and just the build up. I mean, Mel Gibson is brilliant. He's genius. I felt the pain. And yeah, I know everyone made fun of him and South Park made their episodes and all of that stuff about him. But to me, just the way he was in pain. Hello, Rosie. Say hello to Rosie. Hey, Rosie, look. Rosie wants in on the act. Hey, it's like Jimmy Durante says, everybody wants in on the act, right? Well, look, as you're looking at Rosie's ass, Rosie, get your ass out of the camera. Get your ass out of the camera, girl. But as he's being tortured by the English, right? And everybody in the crowd is like, mercy, just say mercy. And then a couple of the warriors that he was friends with, they were hidden in the crowd watching this. And he's struggling. His throat is all veiny, and he's really trying to get that word out. And when he finally gets that word out, he says, freedom! Like, I swear to God, it rang through me. It went through my soul, man. Like, I have seen that scene millions of times in my life. Like, as a child, and, well, not that young, but pretty young, I watched this movie multiple times. But for some reason today, it just rang through my soul. And I just fucking teared up. I was covering my face. I didn't want to let my grandpa see me tearing up about it. And it was just like the whole movie, I was feeling that way. The warriors, the cast, the allies he had, and Sir Bruce, his betrayal when he betrayed William Wallace to the English king. And when they were looking at each other at that one scene where William Wallace found out that Bruce, the guy that he had so much faith in that could lead the Scots to freedom, it was just, the acting is just unbelievable. I mean, it's beyond Shakespearean. It was just I felt every single moment. And when Bruce was like walking through, I think I'm screwing up his name, Bruce or Robert, I forgot his name already, I'm sorry, but when he felt how badly he betrayed his own countrymen, and he was walking through like the horrible field of dead bodies, the camera panned on his face, and he was just like frozen in horror and disgust of himself and his father who led him down the path of betraying his own countrymen for the comfort of his own future. And but what was so great about the character was he did turn around at the end, and he ends up leading his people to freedom because how wrong it was what he did. And he didn't care about like the nobles and the titles, and William Wallace, he sparked that in him. He woke that man up to see there was more to life than being subservient to some king and a rulership. I mean, I'm sure after this, they went. There were some things that Scots had problems with each other and everything. And I know, yes, I'm very aware that the movie is not a super historically accurate movie. I have the book, William Wallace, Braveheart, and I mean, even if you just read the intro of the book, it says like a lot of there's a lot of myths, there's a lot of legends about the man, and even they even made a mistake on when he was born, so there wasn't even an exact time they have recorded. But he's still a heroic figure that we've been talking about for over 700 years. So whatever you say about Mel Gibson and how he did it, I think it's a legendary movie, and it's going to live on way after I'm gone. I hope it lives on forever. And I hope if I have kids, they watch that, their kids watch it, because it is a universal movie. And much like the movie I watched this morning, which I'll tell you in the next video, it is a universal movie. And the it's just when he screams out freedom, I mean, and when they're fighting the English, why they're fighting the English. It's not just what the wife resembled, the symbol of when they cut her throat just to get to him, and how they had a law in the beginning, prima whatever. So whenever a Scotsman would get married, the English would come in and claim their wife and have sex with their wife on the first night. And even the king said, "Well, if we can't kill them all off, we can breed them out." I mean, it's medieval. It's medieval, and it's totally different tactics of warfare, and that you won't see in today's times in terms of how they were killing each other. But the mentality, the universal concepts of freedom, tyranny, how we handle it, how we become subservient, how we compromise with evil and become the evil. All these concepts will forever stay embedded in storytelling and how we view the world, if we choose to view the world that way. And so I think Braveheart is going to stand the test of time, because as I watch it more and more and as I get older, it just is an unbelievable experience. I mean, besides the battles that are so vivid, and yeah, of course, I could see some of the practical effects and everything. I could see through some of the effects that they used, but the intensity, the barbarity, Braveheart is very to the cuts right down to the honesty of war and brutality and vengeance and blood. And yes, there are movies today that probably do it a lot better in terms of how it looks, how it's so realistic. But the heart in this movie, the heart was there between his friends, the bonds that he made, the enemies that he made, the betrayals that went on, and how he goes after the nobles that betrayed his countrymen. It is a beautiful movie, and Mel Gibson left something really wonderful behind. And if you don't see it like that, look, fine, you're free to see it, but I think you're limiting yourself if you don't find something good from this movie. You're just limiting yourself, because I think it's universal and it's gonna last. It I might not be facing. We might, as a people, we're not facing an empire of kings and their goons walking around with the medieval garb and everything, and the swords, the lance, the horses, the arches and arrows. But we face a sort of invisible empire of, well, I don't know how else to say it. I suppose a form of corrupted capitalism or crony capitalism, an empire of the military-industrial complex, the empire of political correctness. But political correctness also is, I think it's kind of outdated to even use that word. It has turned into something else now. And even the people on the left had their political correctness, but now that the people are on the right, it has taken another form, and it has taken another form of patriotism and false patriotism and false religiosity. And it's used to bat you over the head, to follow your leaders blindly and not question anything. But in regards to that, the movie I'll talk about in the next video covers more of what I'm feeling about today's times. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched Braveheart in a while, give it a watch again. It's really worth watching, I was watching it on my Blu-ray, and not 4K this time. I just have this Sapphire edition. I bought this we bought this 12 years ago when Best Buy used to sell Blu-rays. Remember when Best Buy used to sell Blu-rays and you didn't have to just get them on Amazon? No more Blu-rays at Best Buy, unfortunately. I found that out last year, and apparently that happened like 2 years ago, so I didn't even know. And it's like a steel bookcase. It's like a steel book, you know? But yeah, Mel Gibson, I don't give a shit what you say about him. He's great. He's one of the best. 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 I don't care what you say. He left some great movies behind. Some fantastic acting. He is, that's just how I feel. I mean, and look, he directed this, right? And he directed so many other great movies like The Patriot, which I haven't watched, actually. I haven't watched The Patriot in like maybe 5 years or so. So I might give that another go when I have time. This is a little extra long video because I was really emotional about this movie. It really hit me in the feels. So thanks for listening.